You no longer want them. You no longer think about them. The narcissist can't stand this. This is the biggest hurt for them. You don't want to even speak to them. You don't want to hear of them. And bang, suddenly there's the communication. There's that message, or there's that email, or there's that phone call that they make. The narcissist doesn't want you to move on. They don't want you to be happy with anybody else. Because they couldn't make you happy because you left, they don't want you to be happy. They want to destroy you. They want to destroy your life. I'm going to talk about in the video why the narcissist does this and how you can get past this. Hello and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in today's video, we are talking about why the narcissist doesn't want you to move on after them. Is it actually even their decision? Why are they even thinking like this? You all have every right to move on. You don't need to stay stuck. But yet, maybe some of you do. Maybe some of you do still stay thinking about them. And I want to tell you why this happens. The narcissist becomes really insulted when you move on. The narcissist believes that you belong to them. Do you know what? I did a video all about this, actually, why this happens. Please check out this video because I talk about this a lot more. I go into more detail and it explains it why they keep thinking this one thing. So the narcissist will see you move on. Yeah, they're going to be watching you. Even though the relationship has been over for weeks, months, years, they're going to keep watching you because they want to know where you are in all of this. They want to keep tabs on you. And the one thing that they're looking for is whether you are doing better than them. Yes, my friends, it's all about whether you are doing better than them. So they're in a competition. Not that you are, not that you even care. Like, you've moved on, you're healing, you know, you want to move on into a new relationship, into a new chapter of your life, yet they are still watching you. They want to know that you are not happy because they're not. They're not happy. Yeah, they might be with new people. They might be with like second or third kind of onto the new next person. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They don't want you to move on. And if they don't want you to move on, they don't want their exes to move on. So there's this constant, you know, anxious stimulation that's going on there. They're constantly anxious because it's, do you know what? Because it's a reminder that actually they're not okay. That this person is okay, they've moved on and they are going to be happy with someone else. So this is why they don't want you to move on. They don't want you to be happy. This isn't what this is about. Even though they might have wished you well, yeah, right. They don't care about that. They believe that you belong to them, that you are their property. Okay, that's what it's about, is that you are their property and you belong to them. There's no way that you could be happy and move on and find somebody else attractive, find happiness in someone else, because they believe that they were good enough for you. They believe that it was you that was the issue here. So that's why they had to leave. They create these scenarios in their head and they're so distorted, they're so not true, but in their minds, they have to believe it. They have to think this to make themselves feel better because they know that they are the issue, but they're never going to disclose that. So in order for them to feel better, that's how they're going to start thinking. Okay, so the fact that you are with somebody else, all right, makes them believe that you belong to them. So it's kind of like you're cheating on them. So this is why they have this long line of exes. Those exes that still keep in contact with the narcissist, they have no clue what's going on. They still believe that the narcissist loves them or wants them and that they just need some time to be able to get over whatever it is that they're going through, and then the narcissist will come back. Oh, if only they knew. But the thing is, you know the truth. You know the truth of the situation. You understand what's going on here. So you have to understand that the narcissist is not going to want you to move on. They're really jealous. They're really jealous about the fact that you've got somebody else and that you are happy in this relationship. This is something that they really want for themselves, but they know that they're never going to be able to get that because they can't connect to people in a healthy way. They can't be in a relationship for a long amount of time. You know, I really believe that when a narcissist, when a narcissist gets into a relationship, they know that this isn't going to last forever. So they need to get whatever they can out of you before you click and you realize what is going on. So that's why the narcissist has to do this. This is why they can't connect. They've never been able to have long-standing types of relationships where you really connect, because it's all surface level. It's never anything that is real, anything that's real substance. So the fact that you have moved on, they're looking at you and thinking this can't be possible. They might even try and sabotage it in some way. They might even try and get in contact with you to try and tell you that you need to be with them. Usually that I find, you know, like when I speak with clients, I usually find that when the client or that person has moved on, or they're getting into some different types of relationship, this is what the narcissist does. You know, they try and get in contact. And also, the other fact that I wanted to talk about here is the energetic exchange that you kind of have between a narcissist, all right? They somehow energetically know that you are feeling better, that you are moving on, that you're getting on with your life. And it's as that time when you start to move on, or you find somebody else, bang, the triggers happen, or they pop into your mind. So this is them energetically pulling on those strings. And this is why it's really important to really detach and really do some like energetic cord cutting. I think this is something that's really important, because the narcissist can still stay in our mind, you know, psychologically and emotionally be able to pull on those triggers. So you have to be aware that this is a thing, this is a phenomenon, this does actually happen. So it's not that you are suddenly loving the narcissist, you want them back or anything. It's not about that. It's about really understanding what is actually going on here, what's happening, like why is this happening? It's because they see that you are happy and they want that. And that's why they might pop into your mind. That's why you might even dream of them. You might even have a flashback. But what you have to remember is these are all triggers. They're not real. You can control them. They can feel overwhelming. So it's about really like knowing that this is something that can happen. It doesn't happen for everybody, but it is something that happens. And the narcissist really wants to put a block for you moving forward. They don't want you to be happy. Like, why should you be happy? Why should you have all these things? This is what the narcissist always thinks. It's about sabotage. It's all about destroy. It's about pulling apart. You know, if they can't have it, why should anyone else have it? And that really comes from like these inborn behaviors from their childhood. Like, they think that just because somebody has a life, all right, someone that didn't experience what they did in childhood, okay, and they know that it's been damaging, they know that it's been really difficult and traumatic, okay, whichever capacity it is, whether they were, you know, put on a pedestal, whether they were really devalued as a child, whichever one it is, they're never their true self. So when you are not yourself, when you can't be yourself, it feels as though you are being suffocated. It feels like you don't have the freedom, and you have to pretend to be someone. You have to pretend to be okay, because you're never going to reveal how you really feel, because you feel judgment from others. You're going to feel a lot of shame, a lot of guilt that this has happened to you. So when you look at other people and think, do you know what, they're getting on with their lives, like they're okay. This is a reminder that there's something not okay with you. And this is why they want to sabotage it. This is why they don't want you to move on. Because why should you? Why should you have that? And they can't. So this is the energy that you're feeling from this. Why they might pop in your mind, because they want to pull you down. They want to trigger you. They don't want you to have what they don't have. They want to know what it feels like, but they're never going to be able to, because they're never connected to their real selves. They can't connect to anybody. This is why they have a lot of partners. This is why they move on so quickly. This is why they lie and create this illusion, this lie. Because that is nothing in their world is real. There isn't that connection to self. When somebody doesn't have that, your life becomes meaningless. And when you have a meaningless life, nothing means anything. And that's the damage. That's the sadness of it all, is that nothing means anything. And it all becomes meh. Like, bland, like nothing. And that's how their life is. Can you imagine feeling that anxiety, that depression all the time, every day? And you have to work so hard to fight that. It gets tiring. And this is why they go into these cycles of being. You know, at one point they can be really elevated, they can be living their best life on top of the world. Or so you think. But at other times, they are really depressed. They're in this dark hole. And that's when they have to have that time where it's their ego, their inner self-talk, that negative narrative is really attacking them. So, of course, you don't want to be around a person like that. Of course. And so people who are with narcissists at that time, they notice this, but they don't really realize what is going on. Until you are out of that relationship, do you realize this is what's happening. So I encourage you, if you are facing this right now, I encourage you to keep moving forward. Don't look back. Narcissist is pulling on those energetic strings to pull you back in, to make sure that you don't move forward. And they are trying to trigger you energetically. So you have to see this for what this really is. You are stronger than that and you can move forward. You are doing the right thing by moving forward. And don't let your triggers hold you back and paralyze you from living your life, from having the life that you desire, that you want. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be with someone who is going to love you, who's going to respect you, and who's going to be kind to you. So guys, I really hope that this video helps you to understand this in a different way. And to know that, you know what, it's going to be all right. You just have to keep moving forward. Please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. Please see the description box below. I'm also starting a brand new mentorship, which will be actually starting in the next few weeks. So if you want more information, please see the description box below. And I also offer a journal club where I post journal prompts every week to help you stay on track of your healing journey. Please see the description box below. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.